The Saints won their first game of the season 26-14 behind Kool Aid Mcinstry's 2 interceptions to seal the game, and he's definitely got the city of New Orleans drinking the Kool Aid. Oh yeah! So obviously, full disclosure, these were the first 3 games where I fully watched the Saints. But Kool Aid Mcinstry, I remember the name, 2nd round draft pick from Alabama last year. And this game, he was all over the field. It wasn't just the 2 interceptions that he had, which were huge plays. The first one, Jackson Dart rolling right on 4th down. Mcinstry sees the late crosser coming over the top, and he sprints back into the play and picks it off. It was crazy, an insane interception there from Kool Aid. And the second one, just off of the tip, he was in the right place, right time, off of the deflection, picked it off. Great hands from him. And really the entire defense flew around and made huge plays. They had the fumble recovery for a touchdown. The Saints defense definitely came to play, forcing 5 turnovers. But Kool Aid was all over the place, and specifically late in the game when they were trying to get big plays, touchdown passes to Theo Johnson as they were driving down the field. They put him on the tight end, and he got a huge deflection because Theo Johnson had already had 2 touchdowns up to that point. So putting him over there, getting that deflection, and then later in that possession, might have been the next play, but in the next couple of plays, getting a fumble. I mean, a lot of that has come down to Kool Aid Mcinstry. He was outstanding out there. And the whole defense flying around. The punch out of Cam Scatterbo, that was huge in the return for a touchdown. I got just picking up the ball when Jackson Dart decides to drop it. All those plays very, very big for the Saints in winning this game. But I think the most important thing, because you got to win these games where the other team finally turns it over. This was what they had tried been building toward all season. But even maybe bigger, Spencer Rattler. Oh, by the way, for Kool Aid, real quick, his first interceptions of his whole career. He didn't have any interceptions before this game, and this is his 2nd year from Alabama, so a real great game for him. You want to see if maybe this is coaching. Are they telling him to be more of a playmaker out there, and what's going on? But I'm interested in that for sure going forward. But Spencer Rattler did something. He did a lot of things out there, and he was really good. First, the bomb to Shahir. Great throw to Shaheed, sorry. Great throw as Shaheed's running across, and he just, boom, perfect throw right on the sideline, caught it, and then he gave Shaheed the ability after the catch to run up the sideline to get the rest of the yards for the touchdown. An incredible throw, great placement. He saw a man. They had the perfect play dialed up, a little extra blocking, threw it, beautiful dot. And Spence was, Spencer Rattler was looking at that D-line, and they were flying around him, and he was unafraid. He was unafraid, unfazed, just making plays. And you know what? That's the game maybe I needed to see from Spencer Rattler. I believe in guys who don't throw interceptions, but the way he was in the pocket, staring down the Giants D-line that we know over recent weeks. We saw what they did to Herbert, and the Saints O-line obviously not as hurt as the Chargers, but they were flying, and that D-line was trying to make plays, and Spence was getting out of there just enough, sliding, making throws, even cooked a dual Carter on a little juke. They had some nice quarterback runs, too, designed for him. One on a 3rd and 3 where you see Spence, he can definitely run a little bit, and that is huge for them as well. Hey, look, it was a big game for Spencer Rattler to get his first win. Kellen Moore and this team, as we saw, they didn't bench him for Tyler Stroud. Like I was thinking maybe they should, because they trust and believe in Spencer Rattler, and he definitely paid that up this game. And they got their full weapons back. Shaheed, he was their best player. I mean, really. Other than Kool Aid, 114 yards for him, huge touchdown. They went back to him on a late slant on 4th down to just keep the ball, keep it out of the Giants' hands after a turnover, and he came up with the play. It was an aggressive 4th and 5. I liked it, and they got it. Just the trust in him. Olave started cooking, especially on those man coverage routes. He just kept getting open, kept making plays. But the person they had back who they didn't have all season, I forgot he is the straw that stirs the drink. Taysom Hill was back. Taysom Hill was back, running it downhill, north and south, and that was huge for them because he was in there. He picked up a lot of short yardage plays, and then on the 3rd and 2 one time, they faked the run. He threw a laser for 30 yards. Taysom Hill can throw and he can run, and he's a power runner in those situations. It definitely helped because then it's not on Spence or it's not on Alvin Kamara to make those plays. And they have now you see they need every piece. But now Kellen has actually got to use all of the pieces of this offense. Very interesting, kind of intricate offense, and he was ready for it. And they really hit the Giants up. Now, what does this mean? I think it means that they're building on something. They don't want to be terrible. You know, a lot of people thought they'd be the worst team in the league. I don't think they're that. I think the Jets are that right now. I think they're better than the Dolphins even. The Saints have fought with good teams. And they've had kind of a tough schedule. Now, they haven't fought with the Seahawks. They got blown out. But for the most part, they fought with the Niners, the Mac Jones Niners, maybe the better Niners team. It's been a crazy schedule so far. And so I think they're just too far out to be playoff teams or anything like that. I think the rest of the season, though, is definitely about continuing to find out if you think you want to go another season with Rattler, because he did look impressive this game. Next up, you get the Patriots. You get the Bears. You get the Buccaneers. The Bears, Now, the Bucs are good. The Patriots, we think, are good, but the Patriots are up and down as well. I would think that the Saints are going to go 1-2 in that stretch. However, if we saw a turning of the page with Spencer Rattler and with this defense, hey, look, I could be caught off guard. They are always going. They've been trying. I think their schemes are pretty good, and I think they're locked in. I think it's a talent thing, but if they're going to play like that, they can beat some teams out here. So we will see what happens with the Saints going forward. Interesting game, interesting win, and Rattler, shout out Spence, man. Good game out there.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do weekly videos for each team. So we have playlists directed to your team and the week in the description. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and most importantly, comment in that section. I'd love to talk to you guys about what you think about the videos, what could be improved, what I did right. Thank you again. Lumia Sports. Peace.